2 months ago if someone told you you're going to play extended minutes at point guard in an SEC game?
I would have been a little bit surprised, but that's something that I did a little bit in high school, knowing a lot of the guys who knew me when I was playing in high school. That was kind of a position that I did play a lot, was just trying to, bring up the ball, facilitate, get to the basket when I could. But no, I would definitely be surprised because, 2 months ago it was a totally different situation, and now, guys have to step up. So, I know I can handle it.
Jahmai, Coach talks a lot about how resilient this team is as a group. When somebody goes down, I mean, you've already dealt with Julia, with Josiah, now Zakai. What's the talk amongst yourselves about, how to overcome it?
Man, we think about it. We, make sure that our guy who did get hurt is okay, and we make sure that's taken care of. And it's next man up from there, man. We don't have time to soak in something and be upset if something happens. It's just basketball, man. We have to learn to adjust. Obviously, we care about those guys who get hurt, that's for sure. But we have to learn to adjust because, we're still playing games. Games still happen. The SEC still moves on. So you just got to do next man up, man, and go from there.
Jahmai in the back here, how much have you ran point in practice?
In practice, I wouldn't say a lot. I don't really have a lot of reps at the point guard in practice, not as far as I remember. Maybe here and there when I'll get a rebound and bring it up, but it's not a lot of sets that I'll usually run the point in practice.
What was it like in the huddle after Zakai got hurt during that timeout, and how were y'all able to respond so well?
It was a little bit quiet because that's one of our guys. It's our brother, man, and we were just kind of thinking about the situation. We're human, and we're not just robots thinking about the next thing. We're really thinking about if he's okay, his well-being outside of basketball. Because it's a lot bigger than that. But once that whistle goes up and then it's time to play again, our mindset is back on the game, and from there we have to play those however minutes it was. And after the game, we're thinking about Zakai again. The win is great. We love winning, especially in this, but it's basketball at the end of the day. It's a game that we play for fun, and that's a guy, and it's his life, and injuries happen, so we got to make sure that he's okay and pick him up, first and foremost.
What's allowed you all to have more success offensively the last 2 games?
I think playing with more speed, playing with more pace. It's hard to guard when you guys are just attacking you at the rim, especially hard on the big guys. When they're just sitting in the paint, you're playing methodical, you're playing slow. They can just sit there and not really worried about it. But when they're making decisions, split decisions, not knowing if they're going to have a bounce pass, if they know somebody's going to go up to the rim and shoot it, knowing that there's screens happening, back screens, coming up on pick and rolls, I think it puts a lot of pressure on the guards, but it puts a lot of pressure on the bigs as well. So I think playing with pace, playing downhill, trying to get fouls, get to that free throw line.
Can losing a player of Zakai's magnitude heighten the focus of the team because y'all know what you have to do?
I think our focus was, the same. I think we came with that focus regardless of what happened. And obviously there's nobody here. I don't think there's anybody in the nation that can replace Zakai and what he brings to the table. Outside of just assists, shooting, I think it's energy, and it's irreplaceable. So, but I think to answer your question, we were always going to be focused. Whether he was in, whether he was out, whatever was going on, we were going to have that laser focus. So I think it continues to go on from there.
Jahmai, obviously that energy is always a part of your game no matter what, but from a practical standpoint, without Zakai out there, I mean, is it even more important for you to bring that energy? Because some of those steals, some of that transition stuff tonight, that's stuff Zakai does a lot.
Of course, I understand that, knowing that, coming into the game and knowing the injury that happened, that I was going to have to step up a little bit, especially with energy, because I know that's how, Zakai brings that. And I know I bring that too, but it does help to have him right there, bringing that as well. So knowing that he went down, knowing that energy drops a lot, we kind of have to build that back up, and I knew that was something that was important to me to do, to just bring our guys, back to the situation at hand and staying in the moment, and I think that's important, going forward, is making sure that we stay controlled, stay in the moment, and continue to get these wins.
Jahmai, what did you see from Julian in his first game back tonight, and now in hindsight with the Zakai injury, just how important is it that Josiah and Julian are back in the fold?
It was great to see them out there. It's been a while since I saw them playing and looking comfortable. But I think they know just as much as anybody. We just need them to play their game. I think obviously with Zakai going out, it's going to be a lot tougher. But we just need them to play their game, play what they've been doing, what they're comfortable doing, and that's a variety of things. And you saw that here today, Josiah and Julian. They can bring so much to the table that we just got to let them do them, and they're going to continue to do the same thing.
Jahmai, this is the second game where you've guarded a top 10 NBA draft pick, projected, I should say. What gets you motivated to guard guys like that?
Just knowing that it's a challenge, knowing that they have a lot of things under their belt as far as, offensive bag, and just knowing that, I'm up for the challenge. It's going to challenge me to do that. I'm always up for anybody that they feel like is a great offensive player. I want to test my abilities against them. So, just hearing that, knowing that going into the game, that's my focus. That's my laser focus as well as other things on the court. But just wanting to, have that at full effect, just, wanting to try my best to lock that down, regardless of who it is that I'm guarding, whether it's projected top 10 pick or it's somebody at the end of the bench. I still want to come with that same defensive mentality.
Thank you, Jahmai.